This is a message for somebody. Matter of fact, I know exactly who this message is for. This is for the men and women of God who are, you either are a new believer, or you could be believing or have been believing your whole entire life, right? God dropped this into my spirit because I wanted to encourage the believers, because we live in a society. Society has always hated Christ, and because they hate Christ, they will hate you. And so for some believers, I just want to encourage you today to keep pressing toward the mark, to keep living for God. Even if you're dealing with people, because when you start living right and you start dying to your flesh and you start serving God, the world is going to have a problem with it. People are going to have a problem with it. You will begin to hear people say, "Oh, you change." Yes, I have changed because I'm living in Christ. And if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. So did you expect me to be the same? Because the same people in the world who will have an issue that you have changed and you're living for God are the same people that if they see a Christian fall, right, to sin or temptation, they'll be like, "See, that's why I don't go to church. Because they ain't no different than the world." It's those same people. People will be like, "It ain't that deep." Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because we are in a constant spiritual war. We are always in warfare. So it is that deep to pray. It is that deep to guard your eyes and your ears, right? To be mindful of what you're listening to be mindful of what you're exposing yourself to, right? It's that deep. People be like, "Oh, you think like you holier than thou." No. I'm just trying to live holy because God requires that of me. That's what God says. If anything, to be holy. That's what I'm required to do if I'm saying I'm following Christ. So no, I'm not trying to, or nor do I think that I'm better than you, because I'm saved by grace. We are saved by grace. And so I just want to get on here and encourage the men and women of God to tune out what the world has to say, because they're not going to like you. And you have to get comfortable with not being liked. You've got to get comfortable with not being invited. You got to get comfortable with people falling out of your life. That's okay. Let them go. Let them go. You know, I found myself in a place a few years ago, and even still to this day, right, where I really was like, you know what, God, I'm tired of living on the fence. I am tired of doing things my way. I don't want to do things my way. I solely want to live for you. And the moment I started living for God truly, the moment that I stopped going out, the moment that I said, you know what, I got to stop cursing, the moment that I decided that, you know what, I don't need to listen to secular music. I don't have a desire to listen to secular music. The moment I started saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't go there anymore," right? All of a sudden, people were dropping like flies out of my life, right? There used to be so many people calling me up. "Hey, let's hang out. Let's do dinner. Let's do this." And it all stopped, but that's okay. Because my relationship with God is more important, right? I like to use the story of the bridesmaids who are waiting for the bridegroom, right? And the 5 wise ones who brought enough oil, right? So when you're living for God and you are saying, "I can't do that no more," that's you pressing oil. That's you getting in preparation for when the bridegroom comes, right? Every time you make a sacrifice for God, that's you pressing oil. So I want to just say to you today, continue to press your oil so that you are ready for when the bridegroom comes. I hope that this blesses you. I hope that this encourages you. And I hope you have a magnificently blessed day. Love you.